Have you ever have a feeling that it's something in the dark that you can't make sense of? Do you have what it takes, that there's something that you wish that it wasn't Monday? Will you keep yourself from going unsane from the revelation of unspeakable things that may not be ever the same ever again? Well, you're in for a high time. The SCP Foundation is the right place right here. I may not be able to bring you the Site 19, but I can talk about Site 19, as it's important to know that when you're using the SCP related materials, there's a sort of unwritten rule, or written, that you must give credit to the original creators for their creation in the character or place, of course in a certain specific brand, quote unquote, yellow and blue lines, and the SCP itself, you're going to have to avoid getting into brand trouble, and therefore come up with SCPs instead, which can produce some good and different takes without being burdened by anything holding itself back, and copyright laws too. Just like how Mutationem, I'm not spelling it correct, Mutationem the Videogame, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, the game had to go through a number of changes just to not get itself into trouble, and while making good content like this to stand on its own leg, the thrill of making something known and making it your own is honestly a really spectacle that I can even explain to imagine. But it's the little things that makes the creator, the balancing act of giving it a unique voice while trying to break down what is known in the long line that is to stay on. This is licensed by CCBY-SA. And I should be sure this video thank you to the creators of SCP Wiki. And thus we're talking about the Maze of Shelves, made by Site 19 team on Kickstarter. A bit of a brief story about Maze of Shelves. This is a story, if you haven't heard or understand it, it's based on SCP-3008. The people who happen to be inside, either by chance or by accident, will have to fight and survive their way through the hostile situation that in the ever expanding big brand furniture, and if they don't, the enemy's name, the nickname, the staff will start pulling the cotton out of anyone, unfortunately, to enter in their sights while the lights are off, with the voice saying, "Please exit the building," line in a very pushy manner. But of course, if the store was willing to let you out, we wouldn't have this story in the first place, now would we? So, in being stuck as being part of the problem, the exit there's no way to be seen anywhere, and which the people now have to start early, their fight or flight mode pretty early. Some smart enough, some others not so much. Welcome to the Maze of Shelves. So here's the thing that makes it really cool. A big shout out to the people who made this wonderful comic project, story written by Alexandra Bergsman, art inside, even this special cover that you're seeing right now is made by Yushi Pashitu, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, colors by Evgeny Verben, letters by Nikita Yugrin, and their publisher Toontube. Their company is named Site 19. The artist Yushi Pashitu is very good at drawing out the angle of the direction of the survivors and the action in such of his foes in such a dramatic way that it gives me goosebumps even after reading the comic itself. And it still gives me goosebumps no matter what, even after watching everything unfold. You can feel that in the art itself, the most wonderful wonder and viewpoint in the most dramatic way possible. And when it comes to putting into the fold, they really hit out of the park. The surreal nature of the backgrounds really put you into the scenes as it's unfolding upon itself, as the characters have to figure out what to do next. The team who made this comic have really nailed it in their exciting scenes, the action, the dramatic posing of the panels as you are reading it through. So here's the thing to note, because it's limited to just the Infinite Store, see what I just did there, and its scope is limited to just SCP-3008, its chapter is good to set the standard of what to come. While there are definitely some of the other SCPs that you might see, who knows, maybe they might put a very good spin on that. And even though it was limited to, this was a really good start. The characters will have motives, actions that will leave you wondering what happens next even in the very last page. Here's something to note. Picking the custom covers decision. So this is really exclusive. I decided to take a chance and work with Site 19 crew and their artists, Yushri Prasetyo, on the challenge with the instructions to make this wonderful cover that you're seeing it right now. It's really unique, one of a kind, and I gotta say it's pretty awesome. I recommend that if you wish something unique and want to know, and you know your SCPs, you gotta reach out to Site 19 on Kickstarter whenever their campaign is up and rolling, and with some guidance and research on my part, giving them a sample of what I've drawn into his draft while discussing with them what became the final result of this wonderfully done artwork cover by them. So thank you Yushi Prasetyo for their hard work to translate my ideas into this custom cover. It's wonderful. The chase scene is really wonderfully made. It's kind of funny in a way and also dangerous in a way, but also in the store's background it's also scary. Just look at the background details on this. The chase sequence is really complicated, and he did it. He managed to capture the tone of it, and even in the drawing. So kudos to you. And if you're curious about the previous image that set the tone for them to do, I'll leave a link for you to check it out. The previous design that was did before this one right here. So if you're curious, you can check it out for free right here. And as a bonus, I got a special activity waiting just for you to see if you're well versed with the SCP knowledge itself. And look at that cover. It's like a dramatic run towards itself. It's like a dramatic run towards the viewer themselves. And before I leave you one more thing, do you know how many Easter eggs I left right here on the cover? So what are they? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to your answers. So here's my final thoughts, and with the building audience and enough to continue their work, viewers, give Site 19 your support. I look forward to seeing their future project and however they plan to go with it, and their own spin on it and related to materials. You can find more on this link, and when they start, as of this time they are already into their second campaign. Reach out to them and tell them that I sent you and that you're interested in it. On this link right here, they should have it in stock. And if you missed out on their comic or wish to check out their work, visit toontube.co/site19. And always remember, secure, contain, and protect all the way to the end. You have reached the end of the documentation.